Okay, we're here with Jeanne Kangas, Vice President of the State Party. I should say Vice Chairman of the State Party. We've just finished the GOPAC presentation. What did you think?
It was very informative and encouraging. And the interesting thing about it is that it's so much common sense. Anyone can understand that what elects people are other people who have been encouraged by someone who's been enthusiastic to care about the outcome. The local issues are going to be different everywhere across the country. But this presentation focused on how to get, encourage, maintain, and support your volunteers. Because no campaign can survive without volunteers. It doesn't take a lot of money necessarily. It takes a lot of volunteers.
Now, from the presentation, in my opinion, it seemed the bottom line of everything is there's no substitute for hard work, there's no substitute for hard work, and there's no substitutes for hard work. Sort of like the Huey Woogling, who is a man in Pennsylvania who was preaching the same thing during the last election. Did you get the same thing from it?
Yes, I think that's true. It's sort of like an analogy in real estate, you know. It's all about location, location, location. Well, electing someone to public office is all about volunteers, volunteers, volunteers. And you've got to be able to recognize what the volunteer wants to contribute and can contribute best. I like this example about the 70-year-old who walks into the campaign headquarters to volunteer. And what do? They send him out to a very hilly part of town and say, just, you know, hang these on every doorknob you can find. That's not the wise use of that person. Instead, someone should have been there to say, oh, thank you for coming. You're so nice to come. We really appreciate your help. You know, we have some phone calls. Can you make phone calls? Or would you rather address some envelopes for us? In other words, encourage the people who volunteer to use their talents for your campaign.
Now, I had a...
Always thank them. When they're done, thank them personally, send them a thank you note.
Now, I had a blogger on my radio show a few weeks ago who had talked about coming to Massachusetts from Texas and going to volunteer at the local GOP and being said, we don't really need anything but a check. Do you think that this type of attitude that is being brought out from GOPAC and being suggested at a grassroots conference is going to help the GOP get into that volunteer mentality, the let's do, as opposed to let's write?
There's no doubt about it. You know, money's important in campaigns, but what's the money all about? The money is to get the vote. If you've got a volunteer there, you can actually ask that volunteer to go out and touch somebody, speak to someone, make a phone call, address a neighbor-to-neighbor postcard. That's what it's really all about, is reaching and touching people.
Jeanne, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.